Hello and welcome to the Beginner's Tatting video series. Today this video is for needle tatters. Now today I want to show you how to do block tatting. Block tatting is used in patterns that create little blocks of color. They can be diamond shaped, square shaped, rectangular shaped. It depends on how many stitches it calls for and things like that. But I'm going to show you how to block tat, and it's a general technique and it's used for all block tatting. Okay, so this is Jane Eberall's technique that she created for shuttle tatters, and I'm going to show you how to do it in needle. Okay, needle tatters have a benefit in block tatting, okay, because everything lines up with our needle. Okay, shuttle tatters don't have that, so you're privileged. Okay, you're a very privileged group to be able to block tat. Alright, so what you're going to need is your needles, and what I'm using here today is Aunt Lydia's size 10 crochet cotton, and this is like a pink color. Okay, and I'm using a size 5 tatting needle. Alright, you will need a paper clip. You also need your floss threader to thread your needle. There's our little floss threader. You're going to need a crochet hook. Alright, get you a pair of scissors, close cutting scissors to tie in your ends later. Alright, now you won't need the scissors for what I'm going to show you today. The things you do need are the thread, the needle, the paper clip, floss threader, and a crochet hook. That's just for the block tatting. The scissors is for later when you're finished with your motifs. Alright, but I want you to practice this technique. It's really unique. Okay, so let's get on with it. First of all, we are going to thread our needle, leave us a tail, probably about 6 to 8 inches. Alright, not very long. You don't need a huge long tail for this unless you're doing a lot of blocks in a row. Alright, the paper clip, what you're going to do. Now the best way that I have found, lay your needle down, take your paper clip, run it across your thread like you're paper clipping paper. This is your ball thread. Okay, that's where you want the paper clip, on the ball thread. Alright, let it slip, slide, play, whatever it wants to do, because we're going to start tatting. Now we have our little loop down here, right? And we set up our hands to start needle tatting. And our pattern is going to be 5 double stitches for each row, okay? But you're going to have an extra double stitch on the ends that brings it up to the next level. It's like when you're crocheting. For you crocheters, you have to put either an extra single stitch on the end of the row to bring it up to the next row, okay, or an extra double stitch on the end of the row to bring it up to the next row. Same here, you've got to have that extra stitch on the end to bring it up. Okay, so let's get on with it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to throw us 5 double stitches on our needle. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, see that? We've got our 5 double stitches. See how this is laid out? In this loop is our paper clip. So what we're going to do, pull those double stitches off. Okay, the paper clip will hold everything in place and not let you pull your thread out. Okay, but it's useful. In the next row you're going to need this. Pull that tail out. Thread is twisting today, bad. And you just stop that. It's got some twist in it. It's wanting to dance. It's wanting to do the twist. Alright, now get the twist out of that. I don't know why it's twisting up so bad. This is Aunt Lydia's. It's not usually this twisty. Alright, let's tighten it up so that that paper clip comes up flush with our chain. Alright, now our first chain we're going to tie off. Block tatting is all chains. Now in this technique you're going to learn how to do the shuttle lock join, or lock join, which is commonly called. Okay, so getting ready. Alright, now we've got the knot in. Okay, see, this is the way we were tatting. We got our paper clip, our 5 stitches, and then we put our knot in, and we flip our work so that our thread is in the right position. Then you're going to lay that needle right up next to that row. Okay, get it in position for your next row. And it's all chains. Remember that. This whole thing is all chains. Alright, now the first stitch, because you've got your thread back here, it's the hardest to get in because you don't want to catch that thread. So what I do is I hold it like that. Alright, and we're going to put in our first stitch to step up to the next row. Okay, we've got that in. Now we want a little bitty baby picot. I know y'all have heard me talk about my baby picots. Well, this is a little bitty baby picot. We don't want it real big because when you get them too big, they create gaps. Alright, and you don't want gaps. You want a picot. You see the space on there? Maybe just a little bit more. Not that much. Right about there. Okay, now you can use a picot gauge to do this, okay, but I find with needle tatting I can eyeball my picots a little better, so I don't use a picot gauge with my needle tatting as much as I do with shuttle tatting. Okay, now you're going to slide them 2 stitches down there. Before we go any further, crochet hook, run it down in between them 2 stitches. Okay, make sure you're getting all your thread on one side of that crochet hook where the picot's supposed to go, and the needle on the other side. Pull that picot out. Okay, then close it up. That picot will be the exact dimension of the crochet hook, and that's what you want. You only want enough space for your crochet hook to go through and pull your thread through. Okay, now continue on and put 4 more double stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you will have is 1 double stitch, your itty bitty baby picot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double stitches. Alright, now you're going to pull this off. Alright, the tail it's in on. There we go. Pull it off our needle. Okay, now you want to pull it down to where your stitches are in there pretty tight. And then you're going to lay it across. Just like this. Okay, see that? I'm going to lay it across till it comes to the end. Alright, then the paper clip. Remember the paper clip? It was holding our space. Gently remove it. Do not pull on that thread too tight or you'll lose that picot. Once you get it out, okay, crochet hook time. Put your crochet hook. It's best if you come from the bottom up. Grab that thread, pull it down. That way it's all going in the same direction. Now if you choose, you want to do it down from the top down, you can. Okay, but because the picot is so teeny, sometimes doing a up join or a down join can be easier. It's whatever's easier for you. It's no distinct direction. as far as pulling your picot through. Okay, now once you get that thread through, untwist it. You want it to lay flat. Okay, then take our needle, run it from bottom up. Okay, then pull it down. Make sure it does not twist. You do not want a twist in that lock joint. You have your lock joint. It's not going anywhere. Adjust everything to make sure it's all laying like it should. It should lay right on top that row. Okay? Now my needle tatting is not as neat, I will say, as my shuttle tatting, because I don't needle tat a lot. Okay, I won't lie to you and make you think I'm a professor at needle tatting. I am not. I do mostly shuttle tatting. I do know needle tatting techniques, as I started out with needle tatting. Okay? So, I hope to master both. That's my goal, is to master both. Anyway, getting back to the pattern. After we've done our shuttle lock join right here, then we're going to tie off. That's what needle tatters call it, tying it off. Shuttle tatters call it the shoelace trick. What that does is put our working thread in position for the next element. Now, here we go. You're going to lay that needle right on top of your work. Okay, see how it's laying? And you're going to do your first double stitch. Okay, put in your itty bitty baby picot. I love baby picots. I use them a lot. They're great joining picots. If you're working on a doily or something and you want it to join and fit up nicely, they're really good. And they're hard to get with a shuttle using a picot gauge. So I tend to eyeball my baby picots. Alright, now if you take your crochet hook again into that picot, alright, it stretches that picot out for the size of the crochet hook. So here's what you do. Bring it down. You've got your picot in. You're using that crochet hook for a picot gauge to get that really small picot. Now we're going to put 4 more double stitches. Okay, get some more thread. We've got our turning double stitch, our baby picot, and 5 double stitches. Pull it off. Okay, now what are we going to do? We're going to lay it right across our work after we tighten everything in. Okay, because once you put your lock joint in, guess what? It's locked. Here we go again. We're doing another lock joint. See that? That's our itty bitty baby picot. This is our step up stitch, and there's our picot sitting right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is run our crochet hook. Okay, pull that picot out. You can come up or you can go down. It is your choice. I prefer the down join because it gives it a smoother finish. Pull that thread up, take the twist out. Sometimes you can turn the hook, crochet hook, and it'll pull it out. Run your needle from bottom up. This is shuttle lock join. Okay, commonly called lock join. Pull it down till it tightens up. You want it snug up. Okay, then we're going to tie off. Remember, you do your lock join first and then tie off. Rotate our work while we're putting our tie off in. Pull it down and everything's in position for the next row. And that's what block tatting looks like. Remember, you have 1 double stitch that steps up to the next row, your itty bitty picot, and 5 double stitches, or whatever the pattern calls for. Now, you have learned how to do a shuttle lock join, and you've learned how to do block tatting. And you're using Jane Eberall's technique. The shuttle tatters use this a lot of the time, okay? And it's really neat. It tightens up on the edges. You don't get that curvature, okay? Whereas if you don't, if you do it the other way that they used to do it, block tatting used to be done, you get this little humpty ridge that comes along the edge. I like the straight edge because it gives it more of a block appeal. Now, look out next week. Now, Monday, the shuttle tatters should have their video up on the pattern. Okay, it's a tat-along. If everything holds right, creeks don't rise, as they say, we will have the video up Monday for the tat-along. I will have, for the needle tatters, a video of that same pattern up next week. So look for it, guys. It's a special treat. Cynthia Stevenson, she created the pattern, and it is a gorgeous pattern. It has a versatility of uses, okay? So, can't wait to show it to you. You're gonna love it. So until next time, happy tatting. Have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.